In this video, we're looking at a schematic of a hydraulic jack. And the whole idea behind this tool is that it's filled with a fluid in here that's shown in yellow, hydraulic fluid. And the pressure throughout that is going to be pretty much the same everywhere in that fluid. We're not talking about any great height distances or anything like that. And if I exert a downward force on this tiny piston over here, and just for simplicity, we're saying everything is moving very slow or just balanced and not moving at all, then the force exerted upward on that piston is going to be equal to the force downward on it. And that force is going to be equal to the pressure in the fluid multiplied by the area on that left-hand side. Now, the whole trick to a hydraulic jack is that you then have a large piston on the other side. And because the pressure is exposed to so much more area on that side, it's going to exert a larger force. And again, with everything basically in balance, the upward force exerted by that pressure is going to be equal to whatever downward force is felt on the other side of the piston. So what we can do to manipulate things mathematically is solve for P on each side, and that's going to be the same for both. So P is equal to FL over AL, but the pressure in the fluid is also equal to FR over AR. Okay, then I'm told that what I'm balancing on the right-hand side of this jack is actually 1,000 kilogram mass. So the size of this force that I'm holding up is going to be mg for that. So 1,000 times 9.8, or 9,800 newtons. I'm also given the diameter of the piston on each side, and I can see the piston on the right is 10 times as big as the one on the left. So let's go ahead and equate these two things. And what we're trying to solve for is the downward force required on the left-hand tiny piston in order to balance that 9,800 Newton force on the right. Solving for the force we're interested in. And I'm going to use a bit of a trick here just to avoid some calculation. The area of these things, so clearly they're circular pistons. The area is pi r squared, but you could write that as 1/4 pi times the diameter squared. All I did was plug in r equals d over 2 and square it. And then I noticed something favorable happens. So I have 1/4 pi times the diameter squared. And I'm working in the non-standard units here. I'm just trying to save some work. I'm doing that because I see that the non-standard units are going to cancel, so I know it's legal. So there's my two areas, 1/4 pi diameter squared for the left and the right, and the 1/4 and the pi cancel out, and the centimeters squared cancel out, so I don't care about those. The force on the right-hand side was 9,800 newtons. And so I get 0.5 squared over 5 squared times 9,800 newtons. And I'll find out how hard I have to push to balance basically the mass of a car. And it turns out I only have to push with about 98 newtons of force, which is something like 20 pounds. So there you have it. That's how you take advantage of pressure to lift an entire car with only 20 pounds of force.